Um, I think I overdid it. Hello, sweet friends! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah if you're new here, and I'm so excited that you joined me today. I'm so sorry about this angle and this lighting and everything that's going on. I'm in my car, and I'm about to go into the library, but I thought I would tell you why I'm doing that. So this weekend is Let's Get Graphic, and this is a readathon that is hosted by my friend Gwen over at Lavender Mud on Instagram and Gwendolyn Kinsinger over on YouTube. So this is a readathon that basically celebrates all things graphic novels, comics, and manga. For this readathon, I am just going to be sticking with reading graphic novels because that is like my niche. Those are the things that I like to read in those categories. The reason I'm at the library is I do not own a lot of graphic novels that I've not already read. So what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to go in here and I'm just going to raid the shelves of all the graphic novels that they have and try and read as many as I can this weekend. So follow along with me as I try and do that. Let's see how many graphic novels we can get done in 24 hours. I'll see you when I see you. I think I overdid it. Hi. I got a lot of graphic novels. And it's honestly because I just wanted a lot of options. Will I get through all these? Probably not. I would be honestly concerned if I got through all these, but Keisha, Gwen, and Hope are doing reading sprints, which by the way, I forgot to mention that Keisha at A Book Like You and Hope from Hope on the Coast are also co-hosting this readathon. I love them all three. They're wonderful, but I really want to get started on my TBR tonight while they're on live, so let me show you really quickly what I got. Okay, so this first one is a graphic novel that has been on my TBR for quite some time, and it's probably the first one that I'm going to start with because I'm the most excited about it, and it's called Swim Team, and it's by Johnny Christmas. I've heard nothing but good things about this graphic novel, and I'm really wanting all the summer spring vibes, so I feel like this one will deliver. And then, if I'm going to be honest with you, the rest of these I know nothing about. I just really love their covers, and I'm a sucker for a middle grade graphic novel. So the next one is Lo and Behold, Buzzing. I have heard nothing but good things about Lightfall and the second book in the series, so I'm hoping that I love this one, that way I can continue in the series. Turtle in Paradise. And I thought it was high time that I started in the Babysitters Club. This is book 1, and I'm really, really hoping that I love this book because there's so many books in this series. Next is one that I think is going to give me some good culture representation, and it's called Pashmina Jukebox. Another one that I think is going to give me some cultural representation, and that's called Saving Sunshine. This next one sounded really interesting. It is a graphic novel about a boy who has ADHD, and it's called Button Pusher. And the last book that I picked up from the library is not a graphic novel, but this book has been on my radar for a long time, and it really hits close to home, like as far as the teaching environment that I am currently in, and that's called Free Lunch, and it's by Rex Ogle. I've heard nothing but good things about this one, and I'm really excited about it, and I thought it was very fitting for middle grade March. Okay, loves, let's go join in on the reading sprints and get some reading done. Good morning, beautiful people. It's day 2 of Let's Get Graphic. It is the next day, and I thought I would update you on what I did get done last night because I ended up staying up pretty late, and let's just say I am not a night owl. I think like the teaching aspect in my life has really affected my sleep schedule, and so I cannot go to bed at a certain time, otherwise I'm so tired the next day. But I did end up finishing Swim Team by Johnny Christmas. This was really cute. I ended up giving it 3.5 stars just because I thought it was a little young, to be honest, and at some moments like it was very, very cute, and it had such a good message in it, but it felt very young, and it definitely felt middle grade. So this one is following our main character, Bree, and her dad has just moved to a new town, and so therefore she started a new school. And she goes to sign up for an elective, and they're all full, obviously, because the school year has already started. And the only elective that she can take is Swim 101. Well, Bree is like highly afraid of swimming and pools because she cannot swim. And so she's forced to take Swim 101. This school has a record of not having a very good swim team. I thought this was a really sweet story. I really liked the fact that Bree was constantly fighting self-doubt because you could see like the little air bubbles beside her of what if this happened? What if this goes wrong? And I really liked that aspect of it. I really like themes like that in middle grade fiction just because that is a real thing that these kids may endure. So yeah, I really liked that one. 3.5 stars, really cute. And then last night I picked up this one, which is called Pashmina, and it's by this author right here. I do not want to try and butcher that, but I don't know a ton about this one. All I know so far is that it does involve Indian culture, and I'm really liking that aspect of it. It's basically about this little girl who is having some trouble in her life and her friendships and her relationship with her parents. So I think I'm going to really like this one. I really do like the culture tie-ins that it has. And yeah, so I'm hoping to finish this one today. And then also last night I picked up Ghost Roast, and this is by Chanel and Shawnee Gibbs. I really like this one so far. I didn't get very far into it. I only got, oh, it doesn't have page numbers. I only got a little bit into this one. I really am gonna like this one. I have a feeling. This one is following a high school age girl who, her dad is a ghost hunter, and her dad is able to see spirits. And she is just trying to fit in with this group of friends. They start doing some things that she isn't a huge fan of, and then she starts to see spirits as well. And so I'm really liking this one so far. Like I said, I'm not very far into it, but I'm hoping to get this one done pretty soon. So yeah, these are the first two that I'm going to be picking up this morning. It is currently 9:05, and Gwen and Hope and Keisha are going to go live at 10. So I'm going to join them for those reading sprints. I'm so excited that they're doing morning reading sprints. I love morning reading sprints. So hopefully I can get some more read today. Like I said, I don't think I'll be able to get through all of those books that I checked out, but I would like to make a good dent in them. So that's the update. I will talk to you a little bit later. Hello. It is a little while later now. It's about noon 30, and I thought I would hop on and update you about what I've read so far. So I did join in on the morning sprints that Gwen, Keisha, and Hope had this morning, and I did get 2 graphic novels finished. So I did end up finishing Pashmina this morning, and I really, really liked this. I really liked the culture representation of the Indian American culture. I really liked all the different aspects that it included in here. I will say that there was a lot that I didn't understand, but that is to be expected, so I'm not upset about that. But I really did enjoy the overall story, and I really liked the characters in here. I ended up giving this one a 3.5. And then I picked up Ghost Roast, and let me tell you, it took me a second to get through this one because there's a lot of words on each page. But I was not mad about it. I was completely invested throughout the entire story, and I loved this one. I gave it 4.5. More likely, it's gonna end up a 5. There was just a couple things that I didn't like in here, but it was no big deal. I love Scooby-Doo, and one of my favorite Scooby-Doo movies is Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, and they go to New Orleans for that one, and they visit this old plantation, and this was giving me those vibes, and I was obsessed. I'm obsessed with this graphic novel. Oh my gosh, I loved it. I loved it. I loved the dad-daughter dynamic in here. There was a lot that I loved about this graphic novel. I loved this. I loved it so much. So I don't know what I'll be picking up next. I'm probably going to go into the Babysitter's Club next. And fun fact, I didn't read those as a kid. I think I probably read 1 or 2, but I didn't like get into the series or anything. So I'm going to go into the series with fresh eyes. Hopefully I love it because I know it's such a beloved series. So yeah, I will talk to you when I have a further update. I have you leaned up against some croissants. I hope that's okay. Alright my friends, I'm here to close out this video, and I wanted to let you know the graphic novels that I ended up reading for Let's Get Graphic. So, I think the last time I talked to you, I had picked up The Babysitter's Club by Anne M. Martin. Apparently this is based off of the really popular Babysitter's Club novels, and I don't think I really read those as a kid, maybe 1 or 2, but I really loved this one. I think I ended up giving it 4 or 5 stars. I loved it. I loved it. It honestly felt nostalgic, even though I had not read them before. I loved it. I didn't end up talking to you for the rest of the night on Saturday night because we went and seen the movie Dune Part 2, which if you guys have watched that movie, Part 1 is really confusing, and it's definitely a lot if you don't know what's going on. Part 2, I will say, if you could just make it to Part 2, I feel like you'll be okay, because Part 2 was really good, and I don't really follow stuff like that. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, and it felt like Star Wars to me because there was a lot going on, so many characters, but I really liked it. So, highly recommend that movie. But after I got home that night, I ended up picking up this book, Jukebox, by the same author that wrote Pashmina, and I didn't like this one. I didn't like it. I ended up giving it 2 stars just because I felt like the story was so disjointed and there were so many things in here that didn't make sense to me, and I'm sorry. I do not like these illustrations. I know, I just can't. I couldn't get into it. I couldn't really feel for the characters. Basically, this little girl's dad goes missing, and then she finds out that there's this magical jukebox in the place that he works that allows you to go back in time. And so they think that he's time traveling and has got stuck, and so they're on a quest to go find him. That's not it. So that made a total of 5 graphic novels that I finished this weekend. It's definitely not what I thought I would get done because I have a ton still left checked out from the library, but I may make time for those later in March. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to burn myself out on graphic novels because I love graphic novels. Alright, my dear friends, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me on this quest to read all the graphic novels that we possibly could in 24 hours. I hope you got some good recommendations today, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys!